Hey, what's up guys? My name is Chris, and 2019 is really looking like the year for foldable smartphones. Last year we had the notch situation going on, different shapes, sizes, implementations of the notch, all trying to achieve the highest screen to body ratio, or the so-called infinity display. But 2019 is only 2 months in, and you already have foldable smartphones from Samsung, from Huawei, from Oppo, from TLC, and other new players like the Royale FlexPy, the one we saw a couple months ago. And it's really looking like everybody wants to get on the train for foldable smartphones and the future. And just like the notch, everybody has their own theory of what a foldable smartphone should look like. Everybody wants to implement it in their own way. And I've taken note of two particular main types of implementations so far. So the first one is the Galaxy Fold that folds inwardly. And then you have the Huawei Mate X that folds outwards, which means the display is being left outwards. Also, because these are the two big players in the smartphone industry. So on 20th February at the Samsung Galaxy S10 launch event, we got a glimpse of what the Galaxy Fold was all about. And the first thing I noticed is that it folds inwards, which is a direct opposite of the first foldable smartphones we ever saw, which was the Royale FlexPy a couple months ago. And this one is taking a whole different approach. The whole big display, or the tablet display, is folding inwards. And at first I'm thinking, this is a more practical approach with that huge 7.3-inch display safely tucked away inside that fold, and the back is metal, the cameras are there, it looks good and sturdy and safe and not very breakable. It's a more practical design if you ask me. But then the problem with these flexible OLED panels is that they cannot completely fold like you would fold a sheet of paper. They kind of need a radius to go around, and when that's inside the fold, the whole phone is bound to be much bigger or much thicker than it needs to be. When it's folded, it has a maximum thickness of 17 millimeters. And I'm wondering, is this going to be comfortable enough to fit in your pocket? Is this going to be, is it going to be practical carrying this thing in your pocket? Is it too big? Is it too thick? So many questions. And then fast forward to a couple of days ago, Huawei launched their own foldable smartphone, the Huawei Mate X. Seems like a direct response to the Galaxy Fold, but with a whole new plot twist. So it turns out the Huawei Mate X folds outwards. So the whole display is left outwards as the body of the phone when it's in mobile mode. So as soon as it's folded from a tablet into a phone, the 8-inch display is split into two displays, one at the front and one at the back. And the first impression for me is that it looks aesthetically much better than the Galaxy Fold. There's a huge 6.6-inch display at the front, and then you get another small display at the back. I don't really know what you can do with the display at the back of your phone, so maybe I'll probably turn mine off as soon as I get my phone. And I'm sure in the next few months, developers will have found a use for the display at the back. But what caught my attention was that this phone was folding outwards. Now, there are a couple of advantages with that. First of all, the whole curve is taking advantage of the curve that already exists. So the flexible panel, or the flexible OLED panel, just rides along that curve, and that makes the whole phone much thinner. It's actually 11 millimeters thick, which is a whole 7 millimeters thinner than the Galaxy Fold, and that's a huge difference when you're talking about phone thickness. And then there's a bump on one of the sides, which probably acts like a grip when you're using it in tablet mode, and then that bump also houses the cameras and the USB-C port. So that's the general design of the Huawei Mate X. I think it looks really cute and fancy, but I have my concerns with this design. You do realize the whole phone is made of display, especially when it's in mobile mode. The front is display, the side is display, and the back is display. And only one side that has the bump is made of a different material, maybe metal or plastic. It looks good, it looks very usable, but what about the longevity of that phone? What about its practical use as a daily driver that you need to carry in your pocket every day, pulling it in and out of your pocket every single day as your main phone, covered in display all around? Is that really a practical design of a smartphone? Is it really long lasting? Will I constantly worry about the phone breaking in my pocket? These are the concerns I have with this Huawei Mate X design. I think the Galaxy Fold design is more practical and usable in this regard. I think you can carry that Galaxy Fold in your pocket every day without worrying about damaging your phone or breaking it, because the whole phone is protected by metal all around, and the display, the huge display, is inside the phone. I think in an ideal world, I'd like to see the Huawei Mate X thinness, the design, the aesthetics, combined together with the Galaxy Fold's inward folding technique. And that for me is going to be somewhere close to a perfect foldable smartphones. Don't get me wrong, I don't think these foldable smartphones we have today are anywhere near a finished product. I don't think anyone should be spending 2,000 bucks on them, to be honest. But that's something that's going to be improving in the future. And I'm sure Samsung engineers in the next coming months and years will be working hard to make that flexible panel much more flexible. So basically reducing that radius to make that phone much thinner in future. That's something I'd like to see. And for Huawei, as much as I like the design, I'm yet to see in a more hands-on approach the security and safety of that plastic sheet covering that display to convince me that I can use that phone as my daily driver and not constantly worrying about breaking it in my pocket. But the rest of the design of the Mate X is very impressive nonetheless. Let me know what you think about these two folding techniques down in the comment section below. I'm curious. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, my name is Chris, and I'll talk to you guys soon.